Lakshmi Sampath. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. Lakshmi Sampath.
On January 3rd, 2017, the doctor said, "Your mom has 10 minutes to live." I was speechless and scared. My mom held my hands from her bed and said, "Lakshmi, don't be afraid." My mom's words took me back in time, back to my first day of high school. It was a boys-only school, but just changed their policy. I was the first girl who joined there. As I walked inside my school, I was a happy-go-lucky girl. My hair blew in the breeze, my big backpack swayed, but I was not afraid. But suddenly, someone pushed me from behind and I fell. I saw 3 boys standing over me. One of them reached down and pulled my hair. "Are you afraid? Go home. You are not good enough. You are not smart enough. You are not talented enough." Contest chair and friends, have you ever been afraid, kept quiet, and believed that you are not good enough? That is exactly how I felt as I sat on the ground and saw the bullies walk away. I complained this to my physics teacher. He told me, "Girls are not allowed in this school. You are the first and you will be the last." Bullying continued for several weeks. They stole my lunch. They tore my assignments. They took away my pride. I complained this to my mom. "Mommy, I don't want to go to school anymore. I am very afraid." My mom held me close and said, "Lakshmi, survival will be your hope. Success will be your revenge. Don't be afraid." That was the turning point in my life. I decided that I am going to stand up. I will never be afraid. So the next day, I walked to school, stood in front of the bullies, took out my assignments, tore it into pieces, took out my lunch box, emptied it, and stomped on the ground, looked at them in the eye and said, "Which one of you want a piece of me now?" They were shocked and called me crazy. I said, "Yes, I do know crazy and I'm not afraid to use it." After the bullies left, my fear turned into euphoria. Yes, I did it. The next 4 years went by so fast, I graduated as the valedictorian of my high school. I then went back to my physics teacher, told him, "Girls will rule this school." After high school, I joined one of the top engineering colleges in India. In my class of 27 students, boys numbered 26. I just went from the frying pan into the fire. Indeed, just after a few weeks of classes, one classmate walked up to me and said, "Hey, don't waste your time here. Engineering is not for girls." I told this to my professor. He handed me a cookbook and said, "Here you go. This is all the education you need." I was furious, but I was not afraid. So I told myself that no one is going to stop me anymore. Fast forward 4 years, I graduated as the best outstanding student of the entire college. I then went back to my professor, slammed the cookbook on his desk, and said, "Sir, this did not educate me. This motivated me." After college, I had to face the next big test in my life, a job interview with Steel Authority of India. Every year, 2 million apply. Only 10 get selected. Not only I was one of those 10, but I became the first woman in the entire country to get selected. I was posted to a remote factory in Bhilai, India. The shop floor was full of men, but I was not afraid. Friends, over the years, I have shattered so many glass ceilings and gained worldwide recognition. But I always carried the scars of getting bullied. So my mom suggested me to take up martial arts, and I did. Today, I have a black belt in Taekwondo. When my mom held my hands and said, "Don't be afraid," I told my mom, "Mommy, your daughter has a black belt now." My mom died holding my hands, knowing that her daughter is a brave woman. Next time, when you see a woman who has been hurt, give her the strength. Tell her, "Don't be afraid." When you see a little girl worried about her future, tell her, "Don't be afraid." When you see a man complain about his food, call me. I want to give him a cookbook. When you stand up and face your fear, you too will hear my mom's words, "Don't be afraid." Madam Toastmaster.